3 points.
Yeah, they'd be happy with that.
Bigger. No problem.
Yeah, North's trying to run on the far side. He can't. There's no way.
He knows that. Here he comes. Yeah, I think he was trying to get to half time, wasn't he, a minute to go and see what could happen, but he knew he was in trouble.
That's a real shame.
Watkin will come on, who played in the centres last week in the quarter-final for Wales. He'll move to the right wing.
One of the benefits of being a front rower, hamstrings not an issue.
So South Africa leading by 9 points to 6, and Highland now on top of Moriarty.
And stepped it. Peter Steptoe just didn't keep his...
You put your hand on the ground when you control work.
Yep.
Just couldn't hold his
Hand on the ground,
footing.
Decent restart from Andre Pollard, forcing Moriarty to go back.
It's fair to say Moriarty hasn't looked comfortable under the kickoffs.
Yeah.
Half-time hooter has sounded, but we'll have time for a line-out.
No.
Smiles from Peter Steptoe, South African Player of the Year in 2016 and 2018. He's been great in that 7 jersey in recent years. And Wales put it into touch. So a real arm wrestle in the first 40 and semi-final to Rugby World Cup 2019 here at Yokohama. 3 penalties to 2. It is South Africa leading Wales in the break by 9 points to 6.
These two sides have played each other twice in World Cup history. The greatest margin has been 4 points, and even here at half-time in Yokohama, it's down to 3 points. Stephen Hoyles, it is an absolute grind.
It is, Nick, but South Africa will feel as though they've got the ascendancy. They've got 6 forwards on the bench. They'll be using all of those in the second half. Wales, they're hanging on by a thread, I feel. They haven't spent anywhere near enough time down this end of the field. And 3 points isn't a big margin, as we know. But South Africa, I feel as though they're going to start to open up in the second half. It hasn't been an outstanding game to watch. It's been a physical game. It's been a game for the purists, Nick. But it's a spot for World Cup final, so it all relies on this next 40.
All right, let's head now to George Gregan in Yokohama with the half-time score at 9-6 in South Africa's favour. And George, just want to talk to you about Faf de Klerk. We talked about him rather in the pre-game. What sort of influence has he had on this match?
Oh, he's had a huge impact, and as has Gareth Davis. They've been clearing from the 9s as a source, straight from the back of the rucks with their box kicking and clearing out of their 22. There's potentially, which you mightn't see on the telecast, there's some space in between, say, the 22 and halfway. He might shorten up some of those kicks. You might see that in the half-time, but both teams are working on let's not play in our half of the field, and let's apply the pressure and come away with points that way. It's a real arm wrestle, and as you said, it's one for the purists. It's not one for ball in hand, attacking style rugby, which we've seen from other teams throughout the Rugby World Cup.
I still think South Africa have the ability to play off 10 better than the Welsh do, Griggs. You expect them to come out and maybe change some tactics in the second half?
Yeah, I think they could make that adjustment. Plus, they've also got Willie LaRue, the left footer, but he also plays as a pivot on both sides of the ruck. Andre could be on the right, he could be on the left. But they'll pick their moments when to play, and they won't be playing from their half of the field. They want to keep the grind. They're going to win this physical contest. They're beating up this South African pack. They're running one out, the Welsh pack rather, and they're going to lose that battle. So it's just a matter of waiting for the moments to use that attacking prowess around Pollard and Willie LaRue.
George, thank you very much for that. Quick one before we go to the break, Stephen. Can Wales continue to play like this and win the game?
No, I don't think so. They're going to have to start taking some risks. There's a space out wide, but they're falling for it by throwing over the top balls. They've got to go through them more. I think South Africa, even though it's a 3-point ball game at the moment, South Africa, I believe, have the second half power in the forwards to win this game.
All right, don't go anywhere. We're going to go back to Yokohama Stadium in just a moment, catch up with Tim Horan and Rod Kafer. It is South Africa, but not by much, at half-time, the second semi-final.
I have been working on something very big.
Trial.
Might want to strap in.
Trial. Trial.
Amazing thing has happened.
Experience 9
Trial.
brand new channels from November 7 on Foxtel.
Come in, guys. Just enjoy
Trial.
yourself and show who you are.
Je veux le ballon.
I want to tackle.
I'm unflappable. I'm unstoppable. I move like a rocket.
Trial.
I hardly move at all.
Trial.
I never want to stop.
Trial.
Liaise responsibly with Sportsbet's new market movers. Just sort the race card and see where the late money's going. Now that's good shopping.
Dress for the races, mate.
Trial.
Not the runways.
Trial.
Dig it. Trim it.
Trial.
Flop it. Shift it. Lift it. Plant it. Chop it.
Trial.
Trading garden tools. The right tools to get the job done. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
Trial. Trial.
Order what you want, where you want, when you want.
Trial.
Deliveroo. Food freedom.
At Bet365, we take technology very seriously. We want you to experience every single moment
Trial.
as if it's happening right there in front of you. We're the world's favorite online betting company.
Trial.
And this is no ordinary betting app. Gamble responsibly.
A rough sentence is no match for a smooth talker.
Trial.
Ask James Squire, who stole hops to make beer. He got off lightly with 150 lashes. The judge got some ale. Funny fact, James Squire 150 lashes.
Hard work. Delivered every day and sweat
Trial.
out. You train hard and play hard. You need heavy-duty sweat protection. Hoorah! Proof military grade. It delivers military grade protection. Proof military
Trial.
grade anti-perspirants work as hard as you do. Proof gives you confidence and makes you smell great again. Proof military grade. It delivers military grade protection.
Thanks for staying with us on Fox Sports.
Trial.
Neither side in Yokohama wanting to play too much rugby. The South Africans with the edge just at
Trial.
half-time, 3 points. And keep in mind the impact that the Springboks got off the bench last week against Japan.
Trial.
Where they absolutely smashed the hosts in that second 40 of the quarterfinal. Let's go back to Yokohama now. And Tim Horan standing by. Tim, tell me, what can Wales do here? What do they need to do? Surely it's something different.
Trial.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of pay on the left-hand side. Josh Adams' wing, and I think that when you get Jonathan Davis involved, he's got a lovely cut-out pass from his right to his left, and South Africa defend a little bit closer in. I'd be going the left side all the time if I'm Wales, but at some stage you're going to have to pull the trigger and actually attack. In semi-finals, you can't be shy.
Trial.
I'll throw to Rod Cate from the sideline. Cate, this South African team as well, you'd expect them to start to pull the trigger at some stage. You can't just keep kicking the ball away.
What I'd like to see actually is the
Trial.
forward back introduce themselves to the back line, because it doesn't look like they know who's out there. They're not giving them the
Trial.
ball. The backs are desperate for an opportunity. They've got so much pace out wide, so many opportunities in their back line, but they just haven't seen the ball. If South Africa are going to win this, they're going to have to take a risk and get the ball into the wider channels to their faster men. They won't win the game just by bludgeoning Wales. Wales will hang in forever.
Good stuff, Kay. Thank you very much for that. Do you agree with that, Stuart?
No, I don't, because I think that Wales are wilting a little bit. And I don't think they can hang in together forever. Against physically weaker opposition, yes, they can in the Six Nations. Against a South African pack who is going to be noticeably higher impact when the bench comes on. It's going to be very hard. It looks to me like a sort of ugly version of the Japan game. And yesterday, where we had so much ambition, here it's attrition. And yesterday we had teams that wanted to get into the final. Here we have teams that are scared to get knocked out of the semi-final. And it's one hell of a contrast.
Yeah, look, I think the half-time chats will be something like, okay, we've brought fullback up closer, we've got the wingers into the line, everyone's waiting for box kicks now. Let's take the ball to the line and have inside-outside options. We saw Jonathan Davies do that, left side, short side, threw a lovely cut pass and then turned inside with a forward pass. The way that you beat the two rush defences, take the ball to the line, have options inside and out.
What's being said in this dressing room right now, Stephen?
Sean Edwards is speaking. He's the defensive coach there. So the defence has actually been pretty good from the Welsh, but South Africa haven't been firing enough shots. South Africa are the side that have more in their attack. So at the moment, if South Africa continue to play the way they do, I feel they'll still get over them, but it'll just be a toss of the coin and something could go the Welsh's way. But for South Africa to put a nail in the coffin of the Welsh's hopes, they've got to start to play off 10, they've got to start using the pimpy, and they've got to fire a few shots.
I think also they've got this driving line and the scrum's starting to get some dominance and Marks comes on and that adds impetus. But I think at the moment, Faf's, he's so intent to box. He's waiting for the drive from the forwards to stop, which enables the Welsh defence to set. What I'd like to see from South Africa, when they do get a drive on, is de Klerk demanding it when it's still going forward and the Welsh defence is back, because that gives someone like Dialende just half a metre then to get over the gain line. And right now, that gain line is God, no one's approaching it.
And whoever wins this will play England in the final, and interesting to see John Mitchell and Eddie Jones in the crowd, just taking a few notes.
Well, no surprises there. Eddie Jones doing his best to hide with a token cap, but yeah, they were always going to be. They're not sure what being there live tells you other than watching it on a video, but certainly we know that they would be keenly interested in the outcome.
And would they be feeling reasonably comfortable from what they saw in that first half?
No, that's the thing. The biggest message to the English side is now everyone will be talking about how much they've already won the World Cup. It's their job, and he'll do a brilliant job at making sure they feel as though they're not necessarily underdogs, but they've still got to play a better game next week, and that's what he's the master at.
All right. So the last 40 for one of these sides, albeit the loser will go through to the bronze final, but for the winner, a spot against England in a World Cup final awaits. The second half from Yokohama Stadium is next on Fox Sports.
Undefeated in the streets. Jorge must be on. I'm a warrior. I'm here to kill it. Yeah. Dana's making a belt just for that. This is the best belt. Oh, I'm so excited.
Trial.
Quiz. Query. Try. Spy. Take cover. Go for a swim. Go on a whim. Go outside in. And inside out.
Trial.
Look once. Look twice. Follow a compass, not a clock.
Trial.
Never stop discovering. Now with 7 seats instead.
A shout out to our Steel Blue legends. You keep the wheels turning and the country running. You've got our backs and we've got your feet. Steel Blue boots. Built for comfort, made for work.
Right, what you got? I call it same race multi. So now you can pick horses to finish anywhere in the top 4 in the same race and combine them all for bigger odds. Not bad.
Same race multi, new from Sportsbet.
Dig it.
Trial. 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 Trial.
Wales ready for the second half of their lives. They're 9-6 down here in Yokohama. The crowd have been singing Sweet Caroline at half-time. They've made more noise seeing that than watching the game. And about 10 million of you joined us yesterday to see England beat New Zealand. England against Wales or South Africa. The World Cup final this Saturday on air at 7 o'clock on ITV and STV. Kickoff is at 9 o'clock. We've enjoyed the music, Gareth, but what about Wales in the second half?
Yeah, I think more than the same for Wales. And exposed South Africa on the edges. It's going to be difficult to go through the guts of South Africa because they're strong. Look at the edges and expose them up there.
And Brian, South African point of view?
South African point of view, I think accuracy and execution, but they're going to need to play a little bit more for me. I think, you know, we know they're going to be kicking, but they're going to be needing to try and create something different against the Welsh defence that's pretty resilient at the moment.
Great Dan Carter watching on, having won the World Cup 4 years ago. Shane Williams, David Flatman, and Miles Harrison with your second half.
Thanks, Mark. Was Dan Carter beating South Africa in the semi-final 4 years ago in the rain at Twickenham, which became a kicking contest. Semi-finals all about one thing: winning, working out what you believe is the best way to do it. These two teams sticking to their plans. Yes, it's been really physical, it's taken its toll. Thomas Francis injured, George North pulling up with what looked like a hamstring. The bits we will remember forever are yet to come. The clerk away to find Halfpenny. No additional changes made by either side at half-time. Of course, Lewis and Watkin already on for Wales. Same plan. Again, it's a question, where does it land? Alan Jones gets it back to Dylan Lewis.
Stay back.
Davis looks to the shorter side to find Wyn Jones. Wales still happy to wrestle away. Catch from Vermeulen. Mbanabe carries strongly. De Klerk. Pollard. Just switches. He thought he might find bigger out. Slightly in position. He did.
That is pinpoint. Absolutely brilliant. That Bigger was not in a bad position then.
Vermeulen stays down.